Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jody, and on my channel I talk about Broadway and books. And today's video will be the first episode in a new series on my channel where I talk about all the off-Broadway shows I've ever seen. So as many of you know, I have a Broadway show series where I talk about all the Broadway shows I've ever seen. And I knew at some point I wanted to include talking about the off-Broadway shows I've seen as well. And I decided to talk about all the shows I've seen, whether it be Broadway or off-Broadway, in the order that I saw the shows. So that's why I'm here today talking about my first off-Broadway show I've ever seen. So, as per with my Broadway show series, I'll be talking about the same things in this series, such as who was in the cast of my performance, who was on the creative team, how I got the show, anything interesting in the playbill. So without any further ado, let's get on to today's show. So today I'll be talking about the very first off-Broadway show I ever got to see, which was when I saw the musical Fame on 42nd Street. I saw this show in October 2003 at the Little Schubert Theater, and this theater has since changed its name to Stage 42, and I have absolutely no idea what show is playing at this theater at this moment in time, sorry to say, but now I'll get on to what's in the playbill. So normally this is the point of the video where I go over who's in the cast and talk about whether I saw them in shows before or after I saw them in Fame on 42nd Street, but I normally show the headshots of the cast, but there are none to show because there are no headshots of the cast in this playbill for whatever reason. So now I'll just get on to who was in the cast and do that now. Christopher J. Hankey was in the show, and I did go on to see him in Crybaby on Broadway, as well as How to Succeed in Business Without Already Trying, that Broadway revival, and yeah, he's a really great performer, so it was really cool to get to see him in a show for the first time. Sarah Schmidt was in the show, and I did see her in a show before I saw her in Fame on 42nd Street. I saw her in Dance of the Vampires on Broadway. She did later go on to be a part of the Broadway production of Jersey Boys, which I think she might have been the show the whole time it was on Broadway. I don't know that for sure. I can't remember that for sure or not, but yeah, she was really great to get to see her in this show, and she was great in all the other shows I've seen her in. Jose Restrepo was in the show. He did go on to be in the 2007 Broadway revival Grease. Nicole Leach was in the show. I didn't see her in a show before or after Fame, but I did know who she was before I saw her in the show. That's because growing up she was in one of my favorite TV shows ever, The Babysitter's Club, which that TV show was based upon the book series. As you can tell, I love the book series. Yeah, so it was really, really cool to get to see her in this show because, like I said, I was a huge fan of that TV show growing up. And the other name I recognize is Erica Weber, and she did later go on to be in the Broadway shows I saw, such as Rock of Ages and Catch Me If You Can, and she's definitely done more. I just can't remember off the top of my head. So now I'll get on to who's on the creative team. Unfortunately, I just don't recognize anyone's name, but you know, I'm sure they've worked on other shows. So now I'll get on to how I like the show. Yeah, I really, really, really liked Fame on 42nd Street. I had a really great time. It was a really fun show. It was a very lively, energetic show, and it was just I just had a great time from start to end, and it was really cool to get to see a stage production of the show because obviously, you know, I was familiar with the movie, and it was just a lot of fun, and I had a great time at the show. So now, as far as the musical numbers, the only one I really truly remember, like still to this day, without having to look in the playbill, is probably the most well-known song from the movie and the show, which was Fame. Yeah, that's just like very much an iconic song. You don't have to love Broadway or love theater to know of this song. It's just like kind of a song that stands the test of time. And yeah, that's definitely my favorite number in the show. As far as anything interesting in the playbill, now the playbills usually go monthly, whether they be on Broadway or off Broadway, and I saw 2 shows in October 2003, which I mentioned in my Broadway show series. And since the playbills go monthly, there's not much to share in this playbill because I've, shared what was in the playbill already in those videos. But this playbill has a few things I didn't recognize, possibly because it was off Broadway. So I'll show that now. There was an article in here about Lynn Meadows. I think she's still in charge of the Manhattan Theater Club, but there's an article in here about her. And I point this article out because in my Broadway show series where I talked about my time seeing moving out, I talked about how I actually happened to be in New York the day that the Biltmore, which is now the Samuel J. Friedman Theater, which is a theater that houses the Manhattan Theater Club productions on Broadway. I was there the day it reopened, and this article mentions that. So I just thought I'd point out this article because that's pretty cool. And now this is usually the point of the video where I'll like say which show I'll be talking about next. So I haven't seen I forget if I mentioned this at the start of this video or not, but in case I didn't, I haven't seen nearly as many off-Broadway shows as I've seen on-Broadway shows. So, this series won't nearly be as long as my Broadway show series. So, because of that, and because I'm talking about the shows in the order that I saw the shows, whether it be Broadway or off-Broadway, yeah, it's going to be a while till I get to my next off-Broadway show, because I believe off the top of my head, the next off-Broadway show I saw was Altar Boys in 2009, and we're only on 2003, so it's going to be quite a while till I reach that point when I talk about my next off-Broadway show. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the shows in the order that I saw them, so that's why I started this series today. So if you made it to this point of the video, thank you so very much for watching me talk about the very first off-Broadway show I ever got to see, which was Fame the Musical on 42nd Street, which I really, really liked. So I guess be sure to stay tuned for, more videos in my Broadway show series, as well as, book videos where I talk about book-related content. And my off-Broadway show series will continue, but it won't be for a while till I talk about my next one. So, as always, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, bye.